Everybody, I'm back. At least I hope to be. A little life update. Um, I can't remember what I left off telling you about. I can't even remember what I did the last video. But in February, I had to go down to London with my mom, and she was diagnosed with MSA, and I can't remember what it stands for, but it is a degenerative lessening of brain function, essentially. So her speech is slurred. She gets confused a little bit, but she's stable right now, so that's good. And it won't progress very fast. In fact, they told her last visit with the doctor here, which is just retired, but I'll get to that in a sec. He told her that she's probably had this since she was a kid. It is a genetic thing, but we can't figure out where she got it from because nobody in the family has it. So, and I don't know if I'll get it or if my sister will get it or if my kids will get it. We don't know. So, the doctor here had said that, so yeah, since she's been suffering with it probably since she was a kid, it's just now emerging, and she's 74, and this started when she was 72. So, in 5 to 10 years, she might have difficulty swallowing food. She might get to the point where nobody can understand what is coming out of her mouth because it'll be so garbled that it'll be. But she'll be in her 80s probably by the time that happens, which not bad. It's not as it's a slow thing. So the doctor here is about the same age as I am, but he's being pulled in a different direction, that he wants to do stuff while he still can. So he's decided to retire from practice, clinical practice. So now it'll be a once to twice trip down to Toronto and London a year. Joy. It's not that I don't like traveling. It's the expense of it. And here in Canada, you get the expenses back, but it takes 6 weeks to get them. And it's pretty much, I think the plane tickets are $300 per person every time. And then the train is another $80 if we don't book it ahead of time, because you never know. If you book it ahead of time, it's like $30 a trip. If you don't, it's like $80. It's just a headache because the flights don't fly from here to London. They fly from here to Toronto, and then it's another expense to fly to London, where it's cheaper to take a train, but the train is like 3 hours long. Anyways, so that's where we are at with my mom. My hand, I'm still waiting to get to the doctors, and that'll be hopefully next week if they don't cancel. About my hands, I'm having issues with them. Like I know I had said that before. And then a couple weeks after my husband's birthday in February, we found out his friend was dying of liver failure and kidney failure. And what had actually happened is he threw up and he inhaled the vomit. So unfortunately on March 7th, he passed away. And this is my husband's first friend, longtime good friend, that has passed away. So this Saturday, instead of having a funeral, they had a celebration of life, and that hit him hard, like really hard. I've been through it twice. I've had 2 best friends die, so I know what he's going through, but this is the first time he's actually had somebody close to him die. So that's kind of what's been going on here. You can see behind me I got another machine. I do still have my other one. It's over there. I'm not doing the clips. I'm still doing the felties, so other people can make whatever they want with them. As I do my samples, though, I will make my samples into clips, so there'll be just one-offs. There'll be one of anything. That's it. So I'm still updating the site. Like, it's a continual process of stitch samples, cut them out, take photos, list them on Etsy, and then I haven't gotten the clips up for them yet because, you know, that's a thing. And then I'm also testing for the embroidery, and I still do testing for sewing. So it's, some days are really busy and other days not. So I've kind of been hit or miss with reading, and I think at the end of this year, I might stop doing the Triple RC challenge. I'm still doing it. I'm going to do it till the end of the year because it's one of those things I made a commitment to do it, and I don't like backing out of them. And I know there are so many videos that I had to make, like my 500 subscribers, which thank you for staying with me, and hi to the new ones. My 500 subscriber Q&A. I did film it. I just never posted it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to refilm it or what. Oh, what else has been happening? I think that might be it. Anyways, yeah, so, oh, I didn't even get my phone ready for the Triple RC. I'm not gonna do what I've read in the past. There's just too many, but what I was saying, was I will still do the Triple RC. I might, hold off on doing it next year, but, I was finding that I wasn't reading as much, and I wasn't really reading what I wanted to read, and I think it was getting bogged down with the Triple RC. It's kind of coming back. So I might have been in a bit of a funk, or like, I wouldn't say a reading slump, but no matter what I was reading, I was enjoying it, but I wasn't reading it fast like I usually do. So, I don't know. It could be just with everything going on, and I was trying to get caught up on my stitching, and I was trying to get caught up on reading, and I think I might have needed a break. I don't know. But I've been wanting to come back and start doing videos again. In fact, I was going to use that camera, but I just decided it's easier right now just to do this one. So anyways, here we go with the June Triple RC challenge. Yeah, so challenge 1, and all the links will be below. It's a group on Goodreads for the Romance Readers Reading Challenge. So, challenge 1 is J. J is for June. Read a book that starts with J, or a book whose author's first name or last name starts with a J. And this one I chose The Doctor's Meant to Be Marriage by Janice Lynn. It's my mom gave me a bunch of the medical Harlequins. I can read them in, very quickly, like 2-3 hours maybe. So there's that one. And yes, I'm going to throw them on the floor. Number 2, Olympian Gods and Goddesses, Demeter. Demeter was the daughter of Kronos and Rhea. She was a goddess of harvest and fertility. Only women attended the Thesmorphia, a fertility festival held in honor of Demeter. Read a book that takes place on a farm or ranch, or one that involves a pregnancy or involves an abduction. Demeter's daughter was kidnapped. So I've been kind of humming and hawing on if I ever wanted to really read this one, but I figured I would. Oops. And I know it's about a kid that the mother was kidnapped, and she had the boy in captivity, and they're stuck in this room by Emma Donoghue. So we'll try that one. And I usually have been trying to stick with small books, and I really want to get back into my reading. So yeah. 3, featured author challenge. Author Celeste Bradley. Read one book written by her, or any author with her first or last name. And there's some fun facts. She lives in Tennessee. She has lived in 8 states and over 20 homes. She writes historical romance. Celeste won a Rita Award for The Pretender. You may also read a book set in Tennessee or by an author who is from Tennessee. You can read a book which involves a move, or a book by any author who has won a Rita Award. And, this is by Celeste Bradley. A Courtesan's Guide to Getting Your Man by Celeste Bradley and Susan Donovan. I don't know if... Yeah. So, sometimes it's really hard for to get the books from the I can't say that word today. Featured Author Challenge. But luckily, this one was there. And you should know I don't like ebooks. I just don't get enough satisfaction out of them. And a lot of times, some of the featured authors, the library does not have them. So, usually they do, though. Challenge 4. Okay. June is National Adopt a Cat Month. It was created to encourage people to adopt a cat or to celebrate with a cat you've already adopted. Read a book with a cat or an adopted pet in the story or on the cover, or read a book with a shifter. Now I had one previously from a series that I started reading a couple months ago, and it was there, and when I went to get it today, it was gone. So I picked a different one. Well, I picked two of them. I went to the library and got Wish You Were Here by Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown. I've never read Rita Mae Brown. This is the first in a Mrs. Murphy mystery. It's cozy mystery. But while I was at the library, I found these. And this is Lending a Paw by Lori Cass. And of course, there's a cat on the front. See a little bit. And so it's a bookmobile cat mystery. And this is the book one. So I'm going to either read one or the other for that challenge. I don't know yet. And so challenge 5 is June 2nd is National Leave the Office Early Day, celebrated on the 1st this year. On this day, you are encouraged to leave work early after getting permission from your boss and go out and do something fun. Read a book featuring a workplace romance or a vacation or that takes place someplace fun, a beach, amusement park, whatever. Excuse me. I'm not sure why. I think it was workplace romance. So this is book 2 in the Crossfire series by Sylvia Day, and it's Reflected in You. I read the first one last year, I think, for a triple RC, and I really liked it. But I think this is the one that there's sexy times all over the place in this one, like change rooms in clothing stores. Sexy times. And sorry, my phone keeps turning off. Challenge 6 is Flag Day, falls on June 14th in the United States. It celebrates the flag, but in recent years it has also marked other topics and issues, including gay and lesbian pride. Read a book with a flag on the cover or the colors of your country's flag, or read a book featuring the same-sex couple. And I've seen this and it just intrigued me. I can't remember what it is about right now. I made this list on the 20th of May, but it's powered down by Ben Coes. So yeah, that's obviously a flag. Not mine, but it's a flag. And then number 7 is June 17th is Father's Day. Father's Day is celebrated around the world to honor the contributions of fathers and father figures in the lives of their children. Read a book with a single father main character, or a book with a strong parental relationship, or a book with 1 and 7 in the page count, or one with a child on the cover. And this one I chose Emergency Single Dad Mother Needed by Laura Idling, and it's another medical. And please, quick. Oh, stop it. Okay, challenge 8. Juneteenth is on the June 19th. It celebrates the end of legal slavery in the United States. Sorry about it's just not coming out today. Marking the day that Union troops landed in Galveston, Texas, announcing the end of the war and the emancipation of the slaves. Read a book with an African American character, or a book set in Texas, or one that takes place during the Civil War. And this one is by Brenda Jackson, and it's blurry because it's part of a bundle on Overdrive, and you really cannot get it any other way. And it's Delaney's Desert Chic, or Seek, however you want to pronounce it. Oh, it actually looks better there, but it's that green one right there. So that's the one I chose for that. Challenge 9 is June 21st is the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. The summer solstice marks the longest day in the year. It has been celebrated in different ways throughout the history. For example, in ancient Greece, it marked the beginning of the year. Stonehenge may have been built to mark astrological events, including the summer solstice. Others worried that it would bring bad luck and wore a talisman to ward off evil on that day. Read a PNR, or historical, which is paranormal romance, or a historical romance, or read a book set in England or with sunlight on the cover, or that takes place during the summer. And so I chose Welcome to Harmony, because that just kind of looks like a nice summary, by Jody Thomas, sorry. That looks like a summary thing. And of course, challenge 10 is random. So that kind of goes into what I'm currently reading, which is, I started this last month for one of the challenges, and I knew I wasn't going to get it finished. It was just, it was dry to start off with, so I picked another book. But I'm finishing it now. It's starting to get a little bit more better. And it's McKenna's Promise by Elizabeth Lane. And it's a historical romance. This one is about a woman who had literally a shotgun wedding. She's seen this guy that she had a crush on. She was 16, and it's in the 1800s. Well, that took place in 1895, I think. 1894. So, and then he ends up leaving right after the wedding, because she got pregnant. So 4 years later, she's met a man, a very older man, that she wants to get married with, to have married to make a life for her daughter, who is 4 years old, or almost 4. And her husband is in Africa doing the railroad, and he has never written a letter to her. He writes to his mother passes on the info to her. He sends money to her for her and the child, and she puts out all the way for the child. She doesn't want anything to do with it herself. So she decides she's going to have she wants a divorce. So they have sent papers to him in Africa, and there's been no response. No signatures, no nothing. So she decides to take it upon herself to take her young daughter, and this is from Scotland, to Africa in the 1890s. And she meets this emir on the train or boat. On the boat. And he decides to let her stay with them while she's trying to find her husband. And they live in Mombasa. So she leaves her daughter there. Unfortunately, the next part doesn't come on until almost 3/4 of the way through the book. And it tells you on the back, the spoilers, that her daughter gets kidnapped by slave traders, essentially. You kind of see it coming, though, because of a person that you meet up, a character you meet up. And it's the emir's bodyguard. But he kind of tells you how he gets that bodyguard. And you kind of know this is what's going to happen. So anyways, now they're on the truck to find the daughter, and he's signed the papers, but in the meantime, yeah. So it was really dry. The back gives so much away that you kind of already know what's going to happen, but it's a very dry book. So anyways, that's the one book I'm reading. I am also reading The Keto Diet by Leanne. I can't remember what her last name is. She's got The Pursuit of Happiness. Happiness Pursuit. Something like that. She's a YouTuber as well. But with the diabetes and needing to lose weight. I'm trying to go through that. But also, I think I've told you about this before, that when I was pregnant, I was dropping weight like crazy. And I couldn't figure out why. And the doctors couldn't figure out why. And in reading this book, she talked about testing ketone levels. And that's what started it. And I don't know if, it was in the book. And that's what it was, because I was gestational when I was pregnant with her. They never tested me for my son, which is odd, because if I'm gestational for my first pregnancy, why didn't you think that I would be gestational or not gestational for my second? But anyways, that didn't do a thing. So I figured out that I had put myself into a natural ketosis state, and I was dropping weight like crazy. And it wasn't bad, because my doctor had said as long as the baby's healthy and fine and growing, it was okay to lose it off myself, and it was fine. So I never actually gained a pound when I was pregnant. In fact, the day that I went in to have her, I was 16 pounds lighter than when I got pregnant with her. So, great. And then, when I had her, I dropped another 14 pounds, because she was 9 pounds. No, she was 8 pounds, 10 ounces. So yeah, I want to get back to that state because I felt great. I was losing weight. I felt the migraines were gone, but it's to get the food. That's the problem. And it's not so much the food, it's just we have other bills right now. We can't go out and get specialty. And it's not really specialty either. It's just we can't get over and above what we already have right now. That's what it is. So anyways, the other book that I'm reading, and this is 20 minutes long, and I bless you all for staying with me, is Inside the Mind of a Teen Killer by Phil Chalmers. This is a bunch of little info stuff of kids who kill, why they might kill, like video games, music, which, yes, I can see it. But if the kids aren't taught that this is fake, this is not real, you can't go do this outside of the game, then that's what is the problem. Some of these kids know or don't know that you can't go do this. This is, music. Again, people don't kill themselves over music, or kill people over music. It's their mindset while they're listening to the music. And if their mindset's not there, it's not the music's fault. It's their mind. So I have differing opinions on, and that's everybody. That's not just teenagers. But I think social media is a big thing. When I was a kid, we had bullying, but we didn't have cyberbullying because the internet didn't even come out until I was in college. And now it's just so in your face. And there are so many things that just are piled on top of these kids now. And I think, like even my daughter, we told her if she wanted a phone, she's got to pay for it herself. So she's got to get a job. And she did. And that phone is stuck to her hand. Like it's just, we can't get her off the phone. Like she is so into Snapchat and Instagram and not so much Facebook, but it's just like, can you not go to sleep with it stuck to your hand? Do you have to be so antisocial that you have to hide in your room and be stuck on that phone? It's unreal. And that's why I refuse to pay for it, because I'm not paying for her to be antisocial. And she's not antisocial in the sense that she's scared to go to school. She's at school. She goes out with her friends, but it's just her phone is attached to her 24/7. Like she can't even go to the bathroom or take a shower without that phone with her. And I'm like, it's 5 minutes out of your life. You do not need the phone stuck to your hand. She just won't. So I don't know. I think it is way too much. And you haven't really seen. This is the kitten. This is Pebbles. This is my daughter's kitty, but she's pretty much our cat. She's our cat. So there she is. She'll be a year, late July, early August. She's actually really tiny, but she's got a long, skinny tail. That's the kitten. Polar's over there where he usually is, and Razzle's floating around here somewhere. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. And so yeah, if you've stuck with me this long, thank you. Bless you. I do hope to make videos on a regular basis now. So yeah, I think that's the update. My son is getting swimming lessons so he can go to canoe camp with Scouts. He did his first out of town rendezvous 3 weeks ago. And he's done sleepovers, but that's the first time he's actually gone out of town and done sleepovers. So he did really well. And for being an autistic kid, kudos. We weren't really worried. And they did break down on the side of the road on the way home. So he did great. Yeah. So anyways, this is long enough. I will see you probably my next video. I'm going to do a currently checked out because I've not done one in a long time, and I have like 1,000 books out of the library. Some of them will probably have to be due back in the next week or so, but so I might post that today because I have a tendency to, if I film a video, I have to post it right away or else it doesn't get posted. So I really can't do the pre-filming. I can't. So anyways, bye.